Kane's Insight is a live, vibrant thing every day, and it's a big week. This is a big week for business. Check it out on YouTube, where you will get your Miami cafecito and fandom unfiltered, as opposed to ese arrepentido Le Batard. Siempre ha sido arrepentido. Ja Morant news. Quotes, news. What are we doing with Ja Morant? Because before we go back out to Tony, and this is a great place he's at right now. Visually stunning. There are not a lot of places like this in America. La Guayabera. So explain to people where it is that you are, Tony, before I get to Ja Morant and what's going on with the Dolphins. Dan Soder is ripping the Dolphins. Explain to people where it is that you are.
What do you say?
We'll get to it in a second. All right. No, hold on a second. You know what? You're right. It's a good decision.
Follow your first instinct. Let's set it up. Come on. Let's just go. Tony, where are you, pal?
Hey, buddy. I'm at the Havana Collection right now. We are at a very unique place. It's half history of museum, half gallery, half Guayabera shop, and then we're in the back here, kind of in like a little back parking lot, where they have all these Cuban classic cars. So you're looking at cars from the 1960s and 50s. Look at this Ford. I mean, come on. Fairlane. You got a 98. I don't even know what the brand is. It's just called 98, Dano. So we're here.
That's good. That's good reporting.
It's an Oldsmobile, Dano. Remember Oldsmobile?
Yes.
All right.
So
confirmed. Not a car.
The funny thing in Cuba, if you open, it's on the front, Dan. What do you want me to do? If you would open this in Cuba, there would actually be a lawnmower engine. They don't have regular engines; they have lawnmower engines that push these around, so they don't actually go too fast. But again, in Cuba, where do you got to go? Yeah, there's nowhere to go. What do you got to do?
Well, no, you do have places to go. There are distances to travel.
You don't have nothing to do in Cuba. Come on, what are you doing? That's why everything's tranquilito, tropical. Because why? Because it's communism. There's nothing to do. Nowhere to go. But Mike said it. For now.
Casinos. Ports.
Ooh.
With my dad as a casino.
Perhaps a DraftKings Sportsbook or two. Promo code LeBatard. No Herald, no problem.
Hey, come on. Now this guy's talking. Look at the beautiful murals that are back here too, Dan. Look at this. Patria y vida. Let him know, Dano. Let him know. I know you know about this kind of stuff. This is not the first time you're reading about Patria Vida, right? Just making sure.
Well, I'm more interested in the graffiti parts of it, right? My brother painted this town, so it's cool to see art reflected there. Are you going to go inside and buy Guayabera, you're going to go inside?
Yeah.
Are you going to take us with you?
What size are you? Let's do
I'm
it.
XL.
I have the owner of Havana Collection right here.
Pick one up for you, Tio.
He can show us around.
XL to the people.
I got you, Theo.
Yeah, just
Theo, I got you.
When he says XL, you know what to do, Don.
Yeah. Look at this. Beautiful. See right here? Oh, hold on. Let's stop right here because this is a very cool situation. Look at all the Patriots on this Look at this. Ernest Hemingway and Guayabera.
George Bush?
Wow.
A great patriot. Oh, it's the Prince.
That's the guy from TikTok, right?
For a second, I thought this was
here?
Carson Wentz.
Tony, you need, that's the one you're looking at?
This isn't Carson Wentz?
You need to keep your politics out of the show, Tony.
No, I'm just saying.
Patriots,
greats.
There's so many words you could have used there. Patriots is what you said for George Bush.
Whoa, with the Guayabera, I don't know what's happening to me.
Yeah, that laugh was a little too sincere.
Oh, ¿cómo estamos? Hello. Buenos días.
They're going to let you go wherever you want. This is another one of these things, Tony, where you can, because you got a microphone in your cube and you can get in anywhere to do whatever you want.
Pero te dije eso. The Feldenkrais is here too.
Is this the one that Speed went to during his stream?
Yes. This is exactly right. Just like I show speed, I am here to show not speed. What's the opposite of speed? Slowness.
Despacio.
Look at this vintage Hurricanes jacket, by the way. Yeah, the Pasito.
Yeah. Find out what they want for.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one.
Can we?
Oh, Dan, you know.
We should buy it. If it's XL, you should buy it and bring it back to me so I can wear it on Monday.
And you know what he means by XL.
How much can we get for this? Do we know? Do we know how much we can get for this? We'll buy it right now. This instance, we'll buy it. Dan, you know what? I can fit you in. You should come here with me, Dan, so I can put you en una ropa just 100% Cuban. I think Dan needs to wear a couple like this right here with Dan would be.
Well, so
Valerie
Tony,
wouldn't know what
Tony,
hit her.
let's do this, okay? For Monday's live stream, go in there and find an outfit for me that I'm going to wear as you and Mike try to repair my image with Cuban Miami because I haven't been doing enough to celebrate the University of Miami. Go ahead and buy an outfit
They told me that
for
the jacket is not for sale, by the way. The jacket is not for sale,
Display
by the way.
only?
So again,
Everything's got
Dan,
a price.
Dan,
Everything's
exactly
got a
right.
price.
Dan, you've got pockets. You've got big pockets, Dano. So
Tony,
you put
why
a
don't
number out,
XL
I'm sure
pockets?
they'll be interested.
Tony, why don't you pick out an outfit and we'll come back to you in like 15 or 20 minutes and we'll find out what Dan's going to be wearing.
Yeah, model one for us.
Okay, beautiful.
I'll kick it over to Jeremy
Beautiful,
because we
will
were
do.
just chewing on a theory here. Given the week that we've had speaking into these microphones, Jeremy said something that I had not considered.
Yeah, I think we've been speaking so much Spanish as a show that we've forgotten how to speak English.
I mean, this has been happening to me for a handful of years through my terrible aging process. You have seen me stumble. I used to be somebody who could have some grace around words, and now I accuse Damashek of being a yammering knob because it's a mirror. And my ability to speak English has been contaminated by having to speak it too much every day. Look.
And what's Zaz's excuse?
Well, Zaz is... Zaz, you have had a stellar week, but Tony has had a more stellar week. Is that correctly said?
It's not a competition.
Stellarer.
Ja Morant, though, being available to the Heat at a discount, it's messy there. It's bad.
It's officially gotten bad, I think.
But it's super unpleasant, right? So you get this is the story of this is a little bit crazy. At least you're talking about face of the league stuff. The guy was going to be the one who replaced Steph Curry.
So likable.
And what has happened since then is a poison stream of immaturity and social media and whatever it is that's happening in his life that now makes him sort of a broken, damaged product and possibly body as well. That seems a hard way to play that sport at that body type or any body type, trying to get those numbers of free throws. I don't know what he is anymore as a player. He's never been a three-point shooter of any real consequence, and I don't know how hard he's trying in Memphis, but the Memphis punctuation is going to be dirty. It's already dirty.
It is already. So at 2 p.m. today, Lord's time zone, the Magic are playing the Grizzlies. They're in Berlin. Was it at 2 p.m. Lord's time zone? They're in Berlin. And so yesterday they had shoot-around, the Grizzlies did, and there's video footage of Ja Morant and his teammate Vince Williams, who at first glance, it's this heated argument. And I remember when I first saw, I'm like, how do we know it's a heated argument? Like, maybe they're debating something. Except when you watch it long enough, it's pretty clear that Vince Williams is telling Ja Morant, let's go take this to the back. And Ja Morant is telling him, why? I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. You're not going to do anything. I'm right here. You're not about that. Like, they're close to fighting there. And Ja Morant is telling him, I don't F with you all.
This is nuts for coworkers. Even though Dan and I almost fought yesterday. This is crazy.
I think the fact that no one is intervening tells you the entire team is sick of him.
And so now where do we go? Look, he's in the discount bin.
He'll never play for them again.
Well, but beyond that, what's his value?
I think it's incredibly low. It's incredibly low, but I also think, and the Trae Young stuff I believe was a precursor to this, I think things are about to change in the NBA when it comes to what some of these guys are worth in trade, especially smaller players who maybe aren't great defensively, that's for sure. I don't think that these trades anymore are going to be what we saw over the summer with his former teammate Desmond Bane. 5 first-round picks. I think those days might be over.
What a terrible ending for the Grizzlies, by the way. Just like Desmond Bane, think about what all that was. Dylan Brooks, they were going to challenge the champions. And this is a proud basketball town. They care about their basketball. Man, it must be unpleasant at the center of this franchise to have this splinter this way.
It's so weird, right? Because the Dylan Brooks stuff blows up, and you're like, oh, well, clearly it's this guy.
They publicly blamed Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, their front office, everybody, publicly blaming Dylan Brooks.
Well, by the way, you look at it now, Dylan Brooks looks like a winning player.
he's been really helpful to the Phoenix Suns. Like he is
And
all
Houston
of the things that
before
he
that.
is. He lost them the game the other night down here with some of the antics, but you take some of that for what he can provide. You look at what's happening with Ja. They trade Desmond Bane away, but the irony in what you're talking about and what these values are, it's strange because it almost seems like it's more often that it's like a superstar who's maybe on a downturn and is having frustrations when he's the guy with the ball in his hands.
That's been Riley's MO,
who's getting
man.
who's getting the lower trade value than the guy who is the complementary player who they think can take you over the top. So Desmond Bane becomes that guy. Mikal Bridges becomes that guy where the Knicks say, hey, we're over the top if we get this guy and add him to what we already have, where you look at a guy like Trae Young who needs the ball in his hands, and a lot of teams shy away from that. The Wizards say, all right, that's good for us. You need a team like the Heat or maybe the Spurs, the types of teams where the reports are saying Ja is craving that leadership, that veteran presence. It feels like the perfect fit. And if you can get him for the type of value.
I don't know that it's the perfect fit. I think it's about the value. And all right, we may as well take a swing at this.
That's the point.
Well, yesterday,
That's
though, the
the point.
lunacy of you guys, the shows are moving too fast. Like, is that Bryant McKinnie? Like, who the hell is?
Who else could it be, Dan? Seriously, who else could that be?
That's a good point by you, actually, now that I think about it.
Can we bring him in here? He knows ball.
Let's get Bryant McKinnie in here. Played for the Dolphins. This is well, not just the Dolphins.
Yeah, maybe we introduce him as former Kane first.
Thank you. Bryant McKinnie, yes. I don't think he ever allowed a sack at the University of Miami. I don't think in practice either. I know it wasn't. I know he never allowed a sack.
Tis the legend.
But I don't think he's allowed one in practice either. Mike, I've never associated University of Miami with offensive line
Watch
play.
your head.
It's Leon Searcy. It's Bryant McKinnie.
You never did? I mean, the 1-0-1 was pretty great. Especially
He just said, "Why is he here?" to Jeremy.
we say that daily, pal. Yeah. Don't let him.
I
You
don't know
don't have
what
to
to do
stand
right
next
now.
to him.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know what to do. I'm a little bit panicked.
Yes, it's nice to see him. You think I have it wrong, though, Mike, when I say I don't associate generally the University of Miami with producing first-round offensive linemen like Bryant McKinnie?
Well, that's not what you said. Like you said that you don't necessarily associate offensive line play for the University of Miami. Now, if you've only been watching for the last 20-some-odd years, I kind of understand where you're coming from. Very few high draft picks, but when this program was rolling back in the day, when Mario was either in those trenches or helping bring some of those guys in the trench along, Bryant can speak to it plenty. That early 2000s offensive line was something special, and this is probably the closest thing we've had since then.
Oh, absolutely. I think Mario has done a great job, him and Maribal, bringing in bigger guys who are athletic, who can move and who can block and who can run block, pass protect. So I feel like this is the closest thing that we've seen in a while.
And what do you make of it? I don't know how you watch the football games. When you watch football games, are you watching them like a fan, or are you watching to see what the right guard is doing?
I kind of watch it. I watch the line first, and I see who is getting off the ball, see if there's a misassignment, because I can tell there's a lack of communication somewhere. So I'm watching it kind of more as a player first, and then once we get into the secondary with the running back or something, I'm watching as a fan.
So how are you watching it, though, on the offensive line? When you see what Miami has done, I didn't have, before all of this started, oh, really? Miami's going to try and reinvent the game by just having the toughest team in the trenches. It makes sense with their coach, but that's not how a lot of people are doing it.
Right, but I feel like I've always said this, that the trenches, so as far as the offensive line, they are like the motor. You can't go anywhere without the motor. The quarterback is the driver, receiver, tight end, and running back are the wheels. So everything starts out with the motor. Like, they got to get the engine going first, and then we can move forward. So getting those big guys to be able to move, and you see they're getting like 4 or 5 yards per carry, and they're able to control the time of possession, that's big for us.
Can I ask a favor of you? Can I ask you to stand up just so that people can see the size disparity between you and Jeremy? You did ask when you came in here, why is he here?
Because it looked like he has he does have on the Indiana shirt.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
like,
do.
what's going on?
Doing a thing.
No, what do you mean you're doing? No, wait a minute. You're not
Shit just got real,
Oh, my
Jeremy.
God.
Look at what you
Just got real.
look at what's happening.
Jeremy, you can't.
Just apologize, man.
You can't. Hold on.
Pick him up for real.
Like jumping.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes for
Oh, God.
explaining the show.
Oh no! Oh no!
You can just go ahead and drop him.
This is insane.
You're doing a thing. You're not supposed to be doing a thing.
I mean,
Not this
I do
week.
love Fernando Mendoza. That guy rocks. He's just like me.
Bryant, when you're watching these games, and I tell you, Miami has I want you to stand up again, a 50-pound advantage. What does that mean? An average 50-pound advantage. I think Indiana's probably had something like that most games and has fared just fine.
Right. I just feel like with us, as far as the weight advantages on run blocking, I feel like it should be more of our favor to be able to drive these guys off the ball, and then just keep leaning and wear and tearing on guys. After a while, by the fourth quarter, they should get a little tired.
There must have been games when you were playing at the U where you look across the line of scrimmage, you're big, and you look at the other guy and you're like, what is this, right?
Just some guys, if they were like, a freshman and I was my senior year or something like that, kind of.
Well, but hold on. So I remember the game. Dwight Freeney got caught in your belly button all game. you had never allowed a sack and still haven't allowed a sack. But is the legend true that you never allowed one in practice either? That's
true. And you would definitely somebody from practice or somebody would have stepped up and said, "Well, I got one," So nobody's ever said that, and they won't.
Did you ever hold at practice because you were close to giving one up and you're like, I can't?
I don't know. Like that's not something I would remember. I don't know, but
that's not lore. Like that seems to be. If I were to wander around and say, give me an impressive statistic from the history of University of Miami football, any statistic you like. Bryant McKinnie never allowed a sack in a game or at practice playing against.
Sounds good.
No, but playing.
Give us some of the names. Who was lined up against you in practice?
You had Jamal Green. You had Andrew Williams. I think Quincy Hips was over there, like in my earlier years. Yeah, McDougal would come over every once in a while. He played on the other side, but when I had like a Dwight Freeney, somebody had a good get off, so I would ask McDougal to come over and practice his get offs on me.
I don't know if you know who Andrew Santino is, Bryant. I've brought in some muscle here for Santino.
Okay.
Meadowlark Media, forgive me for a second, and please stay around. We love to have you here. Meadowlark Media is beefing with Andrew Santino because he was contractually obligated to be the Bears correspondent this year for the entire season and has missed out on a golden opportunity. While I think it can be said, Andrew, while grabbing at other opportunities that may indeed be great because you never expected to be at this time in your life, but aren't quite as great as being the Bears correspondent, we can admit now, correct?
That's right, Fake Cuban. I am here to make up for all the things that I screwed up before. I apologize, but I'm here now.
Thank you for doing so. I do appreciate it. What has this Bears season been like for you in terms of where all your sports fandoms reside?
It's one of the greatest moments of our lives. I think we're all still sweating out some of the Italian beef and sausage that we all ate. Watching the Bears do what they did to the Packers gives us hope that we can beat LA. We can beat LA, and I think we have a chance to go to the dance.
But when is the last time you felt like you had a quarterback?
Before I entered the earth, I think we had a quarterback. Right before I was born, we had someone who was magical. And since then, we've had 32 schlubs, and the Packers have had 2 Hall of Famers. So it's been real tough for the kid.
Sid Luckman.
So you make what of Ben Johnson? How do you like the idea of somebody saying bleep the Packers and then double downing on bleep the Packers as someone who is too young to remember what Ditka meant to Chicago?
No, I do remember what Ditka meant to Chicago. Your parents beat it into you as a child. And bleep the Packers. I can't wait to see that on hats, shirts, shoes, socks. Bleep the Packers for the rest of my life. They can choke on the cheese. I think Ben Johnson is one of the greatest revivalists of a phenomenal team, and he just took them to the upper echelon that they belong in. He's the man. I want to see more shirt off yelling in the locker room. I want to see him fight somebody. I think if he fought LaFleur, it'd be nice at the end of the season. We could set that up. I'm sure Donald Trump would put it on the White House lawn, perhaps.
Can you take me through your last month of viewing experiences with the Chicago Bears? Like, just let's make up for lost time on what you would have been analyzing as our Bears correspondent if you'd been doing your job.
Well, if I wasn't getting paid by other entities and not getting paid by you, and I was here, the loss to the Lions the week prior was devastating, particularly because, I think we're significantly a better team, and them stomping us weeks before was also terrible. And losing to San Francisco, didn't feel good at all. And I'm not a fan of Brock Purdy. I don't like his dances. Not a big fan of the dancing. I don't like the shuffling and all that. And then beating the Packers 2 times feels I don't know. I mean, beating the Packers one of the 2 times felt amazing, but the whole season was kind of an up and down and up and down. And then now I feel like we finally got what we deserve, which is a chance to show how actually good this team is. We got, I think, one of the best rookies I've ever seen in Loveland. I think that kid is unbelievable. And I mean, and honestly, Caleb's really showing up the last half of every game, which is fine to me as long as we get a W.
So have you been surprised by that part of it, though? Because you're feeling how when you're down. You've had 2 statistical improbabilities of games that have no reason to be won one time in your lifetime, never mind twice in a month, the way that you beat the Packers. But in the middle of that, you also get your heart torn out living and dying with that Broncos game. Like there's never been a time like this for watching Bears football for you, correct?
No, not even close. I mean, most of the time we by this time of the year, we're already tuned out. We're already checked out. People are already back in the sadness, waiting for next year. I've never seen anything like this from us, and I don't know. I'm more than hopeful at this point. I believe we have all the ammunition as long as we continue staying healthy, that we can beat the Rams and move on through. I think I'm shocked that we made it here a little bit, but I'm happy. And I've got the old styles on ice ready to rock.
I want to talk to the group here about how Chicago is regarded nationally, right? Like if you keep getting this kind of down in these games, don't all of us regard the Rams as being more formidable in every way? Everyone who's listening to this outside of Chicago Bears fans, are they not saying to themselves, they better hope that Stafford's fingers are hurt because the Rams are a better football team? Do I have this wrong?
I mean, I don't think the Rams are a better football team. I mean, I really don't. I think the Bears are just as competitive as them, and I think Stafford is a great quarterback, and I do hope his fingers are hurt. But I just still think the Bears have so much momentum right now, that I do think they are going to make a game of this. I'm sure. Look, I know the Rams are slotted to probably win this game, but I don't know. I think the Bears have something special going on right now, and I think magic is in the air.
Mike, can you tell me at your leisure what the point spread is in that game? I don't know what the point spread is in the football game, but I would like Santino's professional observation here. Zaslow has a question for you about the most recent Packers-Bears game.
The Packers win or the Bears lose?
What?
The Packers win or the Bears lose?
No, Bears win. Bears win. We all saw that go down. I think the spread is, I just looked on, I think it says
DraftKings Sportsbook, 3.5.
3.5 or 4.5. Yeah, 3.5. Yeah. I still think the Bears are going to pull this one out. I really do. And, I don't care what the stats say. I think something's going on. There's a fight going on in the studio. I like that.
Bryant McKinnie, former
Bryant
Hurricane.
McKinnie, yeah, former Hurricane. Do you have any opinions on that game? Do you care about college football?
No, I went to Arizona State. We're not really the best at college football. We have some wonderful moments, and I root those kids on. But I'm not big. I'm a pro football guy, and also shout out to this Arizona State Sun Devils. Put up a good fist fight against #1 Arizona last night, and basketball I saw. And not a bad showing to go against #1. We did okay.
I should have mentioned this before. My apologies for not doing so. Whiskey Ginger, Bad Friends with Bobby Lee, No Bad Lies with Andrew Santino. Among the things that you're doing, Andrew, what is it that you enjoy the most?
Golfing and playing with my dog, and yeah, golfing and playing with my dog. That's probably what I enjoy the most. I love all the gigs that I'm able to do, but I like to take some time down. I'm about to hop on a flight in a little bit and go to the East Coast and play a bunch of shows. So those will be very fun, but it's always nice to come home. But everything's been great. I mean, we're lining up a second season of No Bad Lies, the golf show. And Bobby Lee and I continue to berate each other and be rude. And he shoots his comedy special this weekend, so excited about that. But life is good as long as the Bears get another win at home. I'm going to feel real good. I wish I could be there. I'll be in New York. I'll be sitting in a dingy bar in New York watching quietly by myself.
The No Bad Lies, I think we mentioned this last time. This is professional griftery by you, right? You just won a golf. People are always asking you to make content. So you just said, someone pay me to golf with people, and okay, I'll walk your 18.
Yeah. That's not what this entire business is comprised of people just getting paid to do the thing that they actually want to do. I mean, you don't even like sports. I don't even know if people know that. This is just a little fun gig that you get to do because you like to be cute on camera with the microphone.
I'm being accused of that this week.
Well, people know that.
This week, fake Cuban, fake sports fan. I'm being accused of nothing but grifting off of sports this week. Yeah.
Well, and who cares? And those that can't grift, they just get jealous of us. And so we do what we must. I think golf has become a thing as I cascade into my 40s, the thing I want to spend a lot of time on because, Hollywood is a young man's game and no one really needs a ginger around that much anymore. So I might as well hit the links and have some fun and get paid. Don't get upset. I see them getting upset.
Do you have any ginger?
Well,
he
fellow
needs
ginger.
He needs ginger tips. Can you want? I mean, the reason he's reacting is because he's with you. No one ever stands up for him. He's very lonely around here.
Dan bullies me a lot.
Yeah, but Dan bullies you because of his insecurities from his childhood. You know, when they would throw rocks at him in the schoolyard. That's a thing that he had to deal with, and he's pushing that on you. It has nothing to do with the tone of your skin or the color of your hair. You're still a better man with a bigger unit, and that's just something he's got to deal with.
Really, Santino. Really, a bigger unit.
Yes.
A bigger
unit. I can tell that Chris is packing heat, dude. That's why you stick him in that room. You're afraid. Look at that. Look at the stance. His back hurts from carrying that thing around all day.
You can tell
What
that
a day
Chris,
for me.
You can tell that Chris is packing heat.
Yes. Some men, the way they stand, you can always tell. You can always see what their unit's like. And I think Le Batard is a small poke.
I'm with that. I've always thought the
forward
same.
poke.
A
Small poke.
ridiculous accusation by you. We'd have no way of proving
Small
that.
poke.
Wildly unfair.
Want to have a unit off?
Wildly unfair. Cubans do not have this reputation. I don't know where you gingers come off thinking that you're thicker, but that is not a thing. Not a thing.
My friend, I've got a Coke can, and anytime you want to see it when we're off camera, I'll give you a little shot of it.
Wow.
This is descended
I'm
into
like
the
Matt
muck.
Khalil.
This is, look, the sewer this man works in. This
is raunchy.
You can't do this. You can't come on him. You can't come
Whoa.
on. You can't come on a
What
man's
was that?
show. You cannot come on a man's show and say you're not.
Pause.
You're not packing heat. I've got a Coke can. You've got a small. It's not a thing you can do. It's disrespectful.
I just did it, and I'll do it again. I said it's a small poke, meaning it's a little forward guy like that. There it is, honk honk. There it is.
A little heavy-handed.
Wow.
I got to tell you, I'm doing this only because of all the stuff you've been giving me for weeks of not being able to be available for you. So when the check clears, I'll be around more. Dad's busy.
We'll settle it in litigation. We don't need to talk about it anymore publicly.
That's totally fine.
Is Miami a comedy town?
No, Miami's great. I love Miami. There is comedy towns if you've amassed a good audience. I like Miami. I really enjoy it down there. I think the only places that I don't do well at are the deep South. Mississippi is probably not going to be a banger for me. I don't know if I'm going to do well down there. But most of that, the rumors about Florida and comedy. No, Florida's great. I love Florida. Is he okay?
Who are we looking at here? Oh no, I don't think he is.
Jeremy's all necked up.
Well, you saw what happened. Bryant
pretty strong
McKinnie.
headlock.
Yeah, Bryant McKinnie is very strong. I don't know.
Sue him.
That's actually what he was saying as it was happening. If you could
He's
believe
going
it.
to sue. No, I do. Yeah, I believe that.
You
Good.
can
Good
judge a
man.
book by its cover.
He guessed I was the guy driving the Hyundai Tucson last time.
I did. I remember that. Yeah, it's a light gray or something like that.
Still accurate. Yep.
Before we let you go here, a broader question for you on the state of comedy and where it is you'd like it to head over the next 5 years of touring, because you care about the craftsmanship. in a way that seems like it hurts, right? You care about being good at the stand-up. So what's going to happen here over the next 5 years to your business?
I think live performance will never die. People want to see us live. I mean, people really want to see live entertainment, and I do think it will always continue. I think the internet is going to shape. It's going to shape the business in a strange way. I hope AI doesn't take over. I hope you guys' jobs don't get taken over by AI. I mean, it's all possible. We all get swept under the rug, but people love live performance. We love performing live. There's nothing like that feeling connecting with people. So I think we're going to be okay. I don't know what it's like for the digital world and for specials and TV and movies, but for live stand-up, we're not going anywhere, and we're here to stay.
And so what is it like for you, before we let you go, your relationship with Bobby Lee as he heads toward a special and you guys arrive in a stratosphere that I'm imagining you could have never possibly imagined, as he heads into the pressure of a new special and the joy of a new special as his real friend who's been with him through all of the difficulties. Where are you right now in watching your friend here blossom?
I'm very proud and excited for him. I mean, I hate the word proud has some sort of negative connotation to it, like it's demeaning. But I am really proud of my friend, man. I think his special is incredible. The hour that I've seen that he's doing it's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be on Hulu. He's put together the right puzzle pieces. A great director in Louis Katz, and I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And I'm going to send him a little sweet gift for one of the nights of his taping. So I'm not going to tell him what it is. So I want to surprise him, and it'll make the night or it'll ruin the night, and we'll see.
Good work by you. That's good friending right there. That is how you test real friendship. Can you send a gift and you don't know if you're going to make the night or ruin his big night, but that's how close you are. Santino, appreciate it. I think you're going to get your heart broken. And it's not because your Bears aren't very good. I think they're very good. I just think that usually it takes a couple of years of feeling pain like this before you get to beat someone like Stafford.
Well, that's fine that you think that, and I'll keep riding on the high that we're on, and I'm going to get on the shoulders of Caleb, and I think we're going to do it, and I can't wait to talk to you when we do.
Okay, I'm offended again on behalf of Cubans everywhere.
I had a hammer.
You should.
That you would assume.
should.
Yeah, you don't have a hammer, okay? And he doesn't have a
Santino
hammer.
thinks he does.
Well, no, but he's doing this ginger bias
You'd be
bullshit.
surprised.
Look, he doesn't know anything about Cubans. And if you've listened to some of his work, he can be stereotypical in ways that are offensive sometimes. So
Yeah.
A comedian?
Well, yeah. I don't know anything about Cubans, but I know that you're not Cuban. That's all I know. And that if I know anything, I know
Nailed it.
you're not Cuban.
Nailed it.
I'll tell you that. You're Cuban. You're Cuban. The way that you're Cuban, the way that I'm Puerto Rican. How about that? I'm from Puerto Rico. I want you guys to know that. Santino is a Puerto Rican name. Santino. So I'm Puerto Rican, guys. Thank you so much. Check it here. I'm checking in from Puerto Rico. I'm here right now. Look in the background. There I am.
Classic sight
Take
gag.
Le Batard, I can't wait to talk to you when the Bears beat the Rams. I love you guys. I love everyone in that studio.
Love you.
Thank
You
you,
made
guys.
my week.
he's the thick-dicked Andrew Santino.
Happy New Year, everybody. 2026 is already getting off to an incredible start because you want to know how I rang in the new year? It was with a bunch of friends in a Dallas hotel lobby bar ordering a bunch of Miller Lights because that's how you do it. That's how you make special memories. Miller Lite has been by my side at many special football memories this year, and hopefully we get to write a few more memories with Miller Lite. Some of my most legendary moments have started that exact same way. A buddy's house, a lobby bar, a game, no big plan. And then you crack open a Miller Lite, you take a sip, and you look around, and you immediately recognize that you made the right call. You're locked into the game, the conversation, the moment, not thinking about what you're drinking. Miller Lite just fits. Clean finish, refreshing, brewed for taste with simple ingredients like malted barley. And at 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, it never weighs you down. Legendary moments start with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
All right, McKinnie, I've done a dangerous thing here. Juju, I've done a dangerous thing here. I have allowed Tony to pick out my outfit for the live stream on Monday. We are doing the entire week building up to the live stream on Monday. So, Juju, it's a terrible decision. I remember one time many years ago, Boog Shambi allowed me to pick his Halloween costume. And so a ginger was in a giant heart, and it was embarrassing to him, and he'll never make that mistake again. I've erred terribly in allowing Tony to make my outfit for Monday night. Have I not, Juju?
I don't know. Stay tuned. I got to see what my boy working with right now because I heard satin was in play. So if it's some satin in play, I think we got a winner.
All right, let's see what we've got here. Let's go out to Tony. McKinnie, you please help me and tell me whether I can pull this off in any way, pull off this outfit on Monday night. It's the most Cuban game ever played, and Tony has picked out my outfit. So what do you have, Tony?
Hey, Dano. Shout out to Juju. Shout out to BM in the back. Thank you for putting Jeremy in a headlock. You're actually lucky because if I would have let Rose pick your outfit, you would have looked like Craig Sager, and it would have looked terrible. So this is not – she keeps holding this thing up. Rest in peace to Craig Sager, by the way. She keeps holding this up. This is not what we're doing here. But Fidel here at Havana Collection did allow me to have a little bit of some Barcelo rum, extra añejo, $500 a bottle here. So we're going to sip this as we go.
Ooh, they're taking care of you, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, smooth. But you know how we do, Dan. When you love the city, the city loves you back, Dan. Remember that. All right. All right. So this is what we're going with. First, we'll go from the bottom up. These are the shoes you're wearing right here. Look at this. Look at the style on this. Look at that. Giovanni shoes. All right.
Wood
I was
bottom.
surprised when I heard your shoe size, by the way. Wood bottom. Hard.
Small?
Yeah. A little small. I saw it. Size 11.
Small.
Yeah,
Tiny.
for a man
No,
that's
and
close
what
to
I heard
6'3".
what I heard was 10.5.
Ooh, really?
What I heard was 10.5, which I didn't like. Yeah, I was like, wait, Dan.
Tony,
I was
you
like,
were
there's no
listening
way
last
Dan's
segment.
at 10.5. Run that again. They're like,
I'm a
they're
14.
like, no, for sure.
14 I am.
Big poker.
Yeah, I'm
Brian,
sure.
what
buddy.
size
I'm
shoe
sure.
are you?
All right, so that's the
18.
shoe.
18. God, he's a size 18 shoe.
That's like two of Dan's shoes put together. All right, Dan, so the bottom, here are the pants right here. Look at these de hilo. All right, stylish right here with this baby blue. And then we're going to put this shirt on top with a nice look. The feel of
good
this
look.
is crazy.
Tony, I thought for
This is
sure
good.
you were going to
That
dress
hat
me
is
as a
not-
clown. People are going to say this should be
Why
my
would I
look.
dress you as a clown?
No,
It
because
should be your look.
Why would I dress you as a clown?
I can't
Well, let me
believe how
get you the clown. Let me
loving
get this
that
hat right
outfit
here.
is. Now, I'm not going to be able to pull it off, but my
Yeah.
guess is you're going to actually make me look
there's
good.
the hat. Brings it all together.
Yeah, that's a good
Look
look.
at the hat. Look at the
there
hat.
it is.
Look at that. Look at that. With
Coordinate.
these shoes on, with some tan socks underneath, Dan, you're looking. Dan, nobody's going to be better dressed than you. They're going to come to you and be like, "Whoa, how did you put all this together? This is incredible." And then you're going to say, "Yeah, man, I just love the city. The city loves me back. They gave me all this for free." And
All right, I need a makeover, McKinnie. So
Wow.
explain.
Qué
Thank you,
rico.
Tony. Excellent. Bring that over. I'm looking forward to enjoying this with you guys on
Done.
Monday night. Go ahead and buy
can
that.
we expense the $500 bottle of Barcelo rum or no?
Yeah, go ahead. Bring that over here for
Okay,
Monday
okay,
for Monday
perfect,
night.
thank
Yeah. Go ahead. Bring it
For Monday,
Look,
yeah.
we're gonna be doing a big party on Monday night.
Yeah.
Look, McKinnie can tell you some of the stories. McKinnie is not ashamed
Look at
to tell you about the money spent on bottles during the Super Bowl. I don't imagine, right? So he would admire a man who buys some liquor. Am I going to look okay, Bryant? Because I need your help in reinventing myself. Some people in Miami are mad at me. They're saying that my journal. Mike, explain what it is that I've done wrong. That we need Bryant McKinnie's help to endorse me because Miami's mad at me. Cuban Miami's mad at me.
Dan's not caping up for the Canes the way that he would cape up for a Pat Riley team. I guess he needs Pat Riley to dump his head in an ice bucket for this team to resonate. And a lot of Miami people in the streets are like, Dan forgot about us. He doesn't cape up for us the way that he does for the other teams.
Well, I think you did a good job. Maybe I would change the shoe color. Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I feel like the outfit and the hat is a go.
What shoes would you go with? Tony, would you be willing to take some advice from Bryant on the shoe or maybe get 2 pairs of shoes, or am I
Can we
insulting
get like
you
a
right
black
now?
shoe? or
Am I
like a
insulting
white-
you by
a white
offering-
No, but
shoe?
see, here's the thing, Bryant.
Can't go black.
Now, respect to Brian, okay? Loved you as a Cane, loved you in the NFL. But the problem is you can't wear a black shoe with the navy and the baby blue.
Yeah,
you
it
can't
would
do that. That doesn't work that way. That color scheme does not
We'll
work.
go with white.
You need a Cuban color
White
scheme.
shoe.
That's-
White shoe is
he-
better.
okay,
Yeah.
let me see.
He doesn't like the
white
shoe.
White shoe's a little bit.
Pops
old.
Witherspoon.
Dan's a younger guy.
Yeah,
it's a
John
it's a little
Witherspoon.
great
Okay.
shout.
Exactly.
There's a thin line
as
between
far as
Cuban
far
and
as
Pops
white goes,
Witherspoon.
Yeah, coordinate.
we could do some of these right here. Do we like this one better?
What do y'all think?
It's your Bryant.
Brian,
We're in
you get
here
to
with
pick the
you.
shoes.
Brian,
Can I see it next to the
Brian,
outfit?
look, we are allowing you to pick my shoes for the
Okay.
Monday Night Watch Party. And Tony, thank you for doing this for Bryant, but thank you for helping him as well, because I don't want to be embarrassed. I want to look good.
Exactly right. So here's the two collections of the shoes, right?
That looks
This is what we
better.
got
Yeah,
going
it's a
on.
better option.
I like the one.
Better option.
And by better, we mean.
Can I see it with the hat? Can I see it with the hat next to? Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
I
the
see
better
what
option.
Bryant's
Accent
saying.
away.
He's right.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Team Brown. When you're right,
Of
you're
the
right.
two is the better option.
Who's Team Brown?
Yeah.
Not me.
My issue is that this color is a little bit more cream than white, right? So this, I think, matches a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, Juju, final vote. You good?
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with the team. Lock it in.
All right, they're dressing me up. Tony, thank you for the work. We'll see you again tomorrow. We're going to get to Juju here in a second, and Thursday Thunder, and a number of other things. But Bryant, I did want some more of your insights here because you have something in the way of real expertise. When you see Fletcher run, you know what good running backs look like.
Yep.
When you see this offensive line play the way that it does, I've never seen a Miami team do these 7-yard, rugby scrums
Yeah.
down the field. But I've also never seen a University of Miami team led by the size and toughness of its offensive line. We want to control the game. Yeah, there are any number of things that we want to happen in this game, but one of the things that we want as our identity is our coach insists on, we're going to play from 2nd and 3 because we're going to take 7 yards from you, even though we're going to take 7 yards from you on a run. So when you look at Fletcher running with that offensive line, what are you seeing?
I'm saying, one, a patient running back because I feel like he allows things to develop. But two, he gives a lot of effort, second effort too. Like he breaks the first tackle and he's able to get to the secondary. So I like seeing it. And then O-line is downfield, still just knocking people out the way.
Brian, I'm sure a lot of people want to ask you about Markel Bell because of the dimensions and the sheer mass of you two. Markel, there in Cuban Spanish, there's a saying, "Grande por gusto." Yeah. This was a guy that was in.
Grande's big.
Yeah,
Large.
yeah, but "grande por gusto" usually means big for nothing. Big for nothing. We usually see, and that's not what Markel Bell is. But Markel,
Neither.
yeah, neither you. Markel Bell was a guy, even though he's 6'9" and looking as huge as he does, he was a guy that came over from junior college.
Me too.
So how difficult is it? I know a lot of people think mass kicks ass, and it definitely does. But there's a lot of technique involved. How much more difficult for big guys like you is it to hone in on the technique from a coaching perspective?
Yeah, so with big guys, you're tall, but some people can get under you and have a little more leverage. So you
Low
have
man
to know
wins.
your leverage. Yeah, so you have to know your points. You have to have knee bend. You have to know hand position, things like that. So as you get older, and the more you do it, you'll realize putting your hands in certain places to give you more leverage and power, and you look stronger than what you actually are, just because you know how to, move people. So sometimes people don't. It's not about moving a lot of weights; it's just know how to move a person's body, and I feel like he's getting good at it.
You gonna be at the game Monday?
So they told me yesterday, say, hey, we're working on your ticket. So, I was patient. The group chat was going crazy. So I just stayed quiet and I just waited. And luckily I got a call yesterday, say, hey, we're working on your ticket. So
Who's being the most impatient right now in the group chat?
there's a few people.
Yeah, come on, name names.
It's a few people because, people.
Rom Dog?
A lot of
Is it
people
Rom
feel
Dog?
like, he's definitely one of the
Brett?
candidates. A lot of guys just feel like, we were part of that great team. And they just feel like, well, we should be in there. But I understand that the college football is the ones who's over the tickets and everything. So it's like you can't really blame the university. You just have to kind of be patient and see what comes about.
We're going to go to Juju now. I've never known a Hurricane of the excellence of your caliber to concede too much respect to someone who came after him in a way that would suggest that person could beat him. But if Ruben Bain played his prime years against Bryant McKinnie in practice, would Bryant McKinnie have allowed a single sack in a Hurricane practice over his entire time practicing for the Hurricanes?
But Roman Bain, he's like a D tackle, right?
They move him around.
Yeah, but mainly D tackle. So no, with his limited amount of time attempts to go at defensive end, I doubt it, because he's more inside.
What about Mesidor?
Yeah, Mesidor.
No.
Oh, there you go. That's it.
Very quick.
You're trying to put Ruben at D tackle even more, just so he didn't have to answer that question. We all saw what was happening.
Thank you, Bryant.
No
Appreciate appreciate spending time
I
with
saw
you.
what he was doing with the Ruben thing.
Yeah, that's about the highest praise. Look, these canes begrudgingly give the respect to the people. That's about as high as Ruben's going to get.
He won't put Ruben on the edge nearly as much, so he doesn't have to answer that question. We got eyes. We know where 4's lined up.
Juju, thank you for joining us. Let's do Thursday Thunder.
That's right. It's Thursday Thunder, and
That's
it's
right.
presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Juju, what do we got?
Yes, sir. This week, we going to let that thing sizzle. We going to let this thing cook all week and go with the game of the week on Sunday. Rams versus Bears. You dig me? First leg, I'm going with Puka Nakua. His quarterback is not named Tua yet. Stay tuned. For 8 catches this Sunday. 8 catches for my boy Puka Nakua.
He had 18 targets last week. Every week they're asking him for 8+ catches. Every week he's doing
The
it.
only way it doesn't deliver is if he gets hurt. It's crazy. They still haven't
Right.
known how to price these.
Next leg, I'm going with the Rook. I'm going to Chicago. Colston Loveland for 5 receptions on Sunday night.
That last game was crazy, was it not? Like even
It really clicked with him mid-season. It's just unbelievable. It's cool to see
Absolutely,
guys
man.
develop in the middle of the season. It's just
But
awesome.
that is nuts, though. You rarely see something like that where you're all of a sudden, oh, Roma Dunze, everyone else, DJ Moore, doesn't matter. That's the guy you got to be thrown to. That never happens with a rookie.
Sometimes you don't call plays, you call players. Call Loveland
Yep.
more and more.
Amen. And speaking of Moore, last leg, we going with the DJ Moore for 3 receptions on Sunday night. Lock it in, man. Let's get
I meant
this
to
money.
say, by the way, look, this guy has been so exceptional at doing these, and they don't come in by the thinnest of margins. Juju went 3 for 4 last week, and was it half a catch that got you? Was it half a
Yep.
catch?
1 catch from my boy Wallace from Ole Miss. Now, I'm glad he didn't because the U is almost back. But at the same time, man, 1 catch away from supreme victory.
What do you have, Juju, for the way for me to improve my standing with Miami right now? I do need all the help I can get.
Yes, sir, man. I got about 3 ways for you, man. First way, go to a game, brother. Just one. Go to the game. Be on the sideline. I don't know if you got to be close to Michael Irvin. I don't know if you got to be close to the edge. But I just want you to be in the mix and let these folks know I'm in the mix,
Yeah,
man.
they'll be super helpful with your sideline pass.
Number 2, go to the hood, bruh. Give out about 400-500 turkeys, man. You feel me? Trust me, it's gonna work. No matter what hood you pull up in, pop the trunk, tell Big McKinnie or a brother his size to stay with you. Because it can get hot out there, but give out them turkeys. You don't post a video. Let somebody else post a video. They caught you giving out turkeys.
I got your back. I got your back.
There we
man.
go.
That's good backup.
All right, so do you want to set up? So where am I going? Where am I going to give out turkeys?
We can do it in the city.
any hood.
This week?
The
Now-
fact that you're asking
Well, not this
shows
week.
exactly.
Maybe
No
on
one's looking
Thanksgiving.
for
you don't know
turkeys.
balls.
Oh, right,
long
maybe
you
on
have to go.
Thanksgiving, not this week.
Ridiculous.
This week.
And the last way to revive yourself, especially with the Cuban community, which I heard and realized today during the show, this might be a $1 billion idea. We should make Dan Le Batard croquetas and put them bad boys in stores, sell them around the world with a Cuban flag behind you.
Okay, that is a great business idea.
You didn't like the shape of Tony's
Well,
earlier.
I mean, that was
now they're going to be
look,
shaped
look,
like you.
We had nothing more controversial. Not shaped like me.
That's what I'm
Not
imagining.
you got a croqueta shaped
Well,
like
that
me?
one was shaped like you.
I now know why McKinney beat you up in the other room and took the consequences of an incoming lawsuit.
Man, that was my first ever fat joke, and already just put a neck brace on.
Juju, do you have an ability, please? And I need to put you and Zaslow on the same page here. I want to be doing MVP of the day every day with you and Zaslow. So who is today's MVP of the day?
I'm ready.
Yes, sir, man. We got to let the legend get his runway,
There
brother.
were 7 F words rat-a-tat-tatted there.
And check my text.
of the day.
All right, Dan. Last night, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they took that ass at Philadelphia. The Cavs, though, are having kind of a mid-season. That's what the kids say. They're having a mid-season. They're only 23-19. But if we're going to talk about MVP, better have a conversation about Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell last night, 35 points, 9 assists. He was 11 of 22 from the floor. If we're going to talk about MVP, we need to have a conversation about Donovan Mitchell.
I like it, brother. I like where your head is at.
Our last update.
MVP of the day.
Was on
Great
December
job of laying
11th. Stephon Castle. That was your MVP of the day.
Let's
over
do it
a
every
month
day.
ago.
Let's stick to it. Let's not forget. And also get that Ray Hudson call of the day. I need to bring that back right up to the World Cup. The Bills this weekend play Juju. Are you scared?
Man, it's been a great season, man. Last week we slayed a dragon, but this week we going up against the number 1 team in the NFL, man. As well as we only have 3 wide receivers on the active roster right now. Gabe Davis went out last week with a torn ACL. Terrell Shavers went out last week with a torn ACL. He was big for us on special teams. He was big on a lot of different areas. And we know what Josh dealing with, hand, knee, foot. I think that this weekend in Denver is going to be a little bit too tough a test. And I think Brandon Beane might find himself on the hot seat next week.
We're going to update the polls in a second, but Chris Cody, would you be kind enough, please, to come in here and grab this piece of paper and give it to Bryant McKinnie so he can end the show on behalf of Mike Ryan, threatening Indiana, in the words of Mike Ryan. I want Bryant to proofread this to make sure he's comfortable saying everything that's on that sheet of
It's
paper.
not too bad. I just had like 12 tequila soda limes at the time, so yeah.
I just want to say Juju sounds like the 2026 version of Tone Loc. Wow. I want him to rap Funky Comedina.
He is a rapper.
Is he? Okay, I can hear
this
it.
was, me kind of feeling the path that we've, it's been a special season. We've beaten all our rivals, Notre Dame, Florida State, Ohio State, conquered the Fiesta Bowl. So even though we're not back and we're here, we're one step away, and it is a little moment to kind of feel yourself.
We'll get to that in a second. Chris, get me better music than you gave me yesterday so that this can have the proper amount of menace in it as Bryant McKinnie decides whether he's comfortable enough to read this in his most menacing voice. But his voice isn't terribly menacing, so it's going to it's going to summon some acting here because I don't know that, anyway. Polls.
You can also say no because Dan's asking, and you're much larger than him, which is not something that we can say for many people. This is me talking smack to Indiana, folks.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
but not right now. We're going to update the polls. We're going to end the show with you and music.
It's all good. He has a lot of bad ideas.
Go ahead and Juju, go ahead and read the polls, please.
Yes, sir, man. There's a lot of action, man, on the show today. We had one of the first shows ever with no polls today. But I got an important poll from yesterday that we can get to. First and last poll. Is Ty Simpson mad lame for real? And you know it, yo. 84% of the audience says yes, he is.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you, Juju. I appreciate it. It seems like Bryant McKinnie has declined.
It's like Gino did it yesterday. What are we going to do, rerun?
This is good enough. Go up.
You all right?
Tomorrow?
You want to use the telestrator?
Do what now?